Good morning, everyone. I'm still waiting for people signing in.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Locke.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the other agencies to sign out and to sign in so we can start working on the event. It's gonna be simple. I'm gonna be the first portion of the training is gonna be the PowerPoint, which we have to go through all the time. And bear with me because it's the first time that I'm doing the webinar on this program.
Okay.
So this is a work in progress.
No problem.
Last time I made a snap was a nightmare, so I had to end up doing the video for the COVID-19 presentation. So I'm trying to see how it's gonna work with this one, and because of the COVID-19, we cannot do in person for the time being.
Correct.
Once I start the presentation, I will mute the microphones so you can hear the presentation. And then what I'm going to do is you're gonna raise your hand if you want to ask me a question. Then I'm gonna release the microphone so you can ask your question, and then I will answer. So there's gonna be many people in the conference, so be patient with me so I can read them all, and I will try to answer all the questions in the order I receive them.
Dr. Alfio, this is my first time using the webinar. Should I see a picture of you or the people that's attending?
No, I didn't. I can look at my camera, but I don't want to put everybody in camera because I don't think everybody has a camera.
Okay, so we'll just see a screen with the computer and some questions or whatever.
Right.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Except when I'm going to let me see. I'm gonna show my screen for the time being. You can see the PowerPoint.
Not yet. No, I don't see it on my screen. I don't know.
Yeah.
What about now?
Now. Yes. Got it.
No,
Okay.
I don't see it on my screen, but I'm just wondering where should I be, because like I said, it doesn't have, but I can hear what you're saying.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, and now I got it. I think I got it.
Okay.
Before I forget. Yes. When you're ready, comes to you. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Yes, so Dallas, I'm waiting for the agencies to keep on signing, so then we can start the video shortly. Now, I'm gonna ask you one question because I'm gonna hear it too when I'm playing the PowerPoint. If you can send me a message or a chat telling me whether you're getting the audio or not, uh, I will be able to see if he's playing correctly. Okay, I'm gonna give it 5 minutes more to see who else signs in, and then I'll start playing the PowerPoint. ¿Qué pasó? Oops. Okay. Okay, you don't have to sign in. The moment that you sign in, the system will send me the information of all the people that signed for the training. Okay. The only comment is we got the option to do it with Zoom, but this one gives me the ability to pull the records and submit the records to the Department of Agriculture. So what I'm gonna do is let's see. I got okay. What time is it? Okay, I give it 2 more minutes and I'm gonna start doing the presentation. I'm giving it 2 more minutes to sign. And then we start with the PowerPoint. I mute the microphones again. So when I finish, I'm gonna open the microphones for those who wants to ask questions. And then we're gonna go through different topics on the PowerPoint. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, that's Carmen. Yeah. Okay. Kruger. Come on, Kruger. Things are gone. They schools or something like that. Okay. Oh, Carmen. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start playing it now. Okay. Welcome to the annual civil rights training for PFAP agencies. Annual civil rights training is required for all staff and volunteers who work with the Emergency Food Assistance Program, PFAP. Ensure that every person who attends the training is documented and the training record is kept for at least 3 years after the close of the current fiscal year. Today, we will go over all areas required by USDA to complete the annual civil rights training.
The goal of these trainings are to learn how the federal government defines discrimination in TPUP, what racial and ethnic data is required to be collected, how to notify clients and potential clients of our program under civil rights that is related to them, the requirement for communicating with clients and potential clients who do not speak English, how to ensure that facilities and outreach tools do not discriminate against persons with disabilities. We will also look at how to identify and process a civil rights complaint, how the program works with faith-based organizations and civil rights, the process of monitoring agencies for civil rights compliance, what happens when an agency is not compliant, and effective customer service and conflict resolution techniques. What is discrimination? Discrimination happens when a person is treated differently than others for reasons outside of their control, such as the age, the race, the disability, etc. Sometimes discrimination happens on purpose, and sometimes it happens because organizations were not properly prepared to meet the needs of all programs participants. Different recipients are protected from being treated differently because of any of the following reasons: disability, national origin, age, race, color, and sex. These are called the protected classes. Someone filed a civil rights complaint, they are also protected from retaliation. Retaliation happens when they are treated differently because they file a complaint. Do you think this scenario could be discriminatory? A food pantry that distributes TIFA food is located on the second floor of a building that does not have an elevator. Is it discriminatory? Yes or no? Why? The answer is yes. Practicing discrimination, you should report it immediately. This is the full non-discrimination statement from USDA. The statement tells clients what their civil rights are and how to report a complaint. The USDA non-discrimination statement must be included on all materials that mentions TIFA. There's both a long and short version. If there is room on your document, please use the long version of it. It's okay to use the short version when you do not have room for the full version. However, client eligibility forms or any other materials explaining client rights and responsibilities must have the long version. Any public program material must have the non-discrimination statement printed on it. This includes handouts, signs, websites, forms, etc. Websites must have the statement on the first page only. It is not required to be on each page of the site. Font size should not be any smaller than the rest of your text to ensure that participants can read it. It is required that every agency participating in TIFA have the unjustice follow post. So the current copy is posted in your facility at the client also distributed form of service, where the eligibility forms are completed or where the food or meals are being distributed or served. Even though TIFA collection of data is not required at this time, it is important that all client information collected by staff or volunteers be kept secure and confidential. Be aware that additional data collection conducted by sub-distributors or local agencies might be needed and its possible impact on civil rights. Public notification or outreach is required, and agencies should do public notification of the program at least annually. The best practice to do outreach is continued throughout the year. Public notification informs potential clients of programs availability, rights, and responsibilities, and complaint procedures. Try to reach underserved groups who may qualify using a variety of formats and languages. Think about how to reach clients that may be disabled, limited in English proficiency, and those who may have low education levels. Some ways to conduct public notification systems or outreach include press releases. Send press releases to media outlets in the area, like newspapers, TV, and radio stations. You can also put your message out through social media like Facebook. There's advertisement in newspapers, on TV or radio, and through online sites. Create signs for outside of your facility or at the entrance that advertise the program and say serving times. All materials into website must contain the USDA non-discrimination statement. Convey the message of equal opportunity through all your photos and graphics and program-related information. Agencies must take into consideration individuals who do not speak English as their primary language and who have a limited ability to read, speak, write, or understand English. If someone came to your agency and we don't spoke Creole, will you be prepared to offer them service? If not, there is a potential for a national origin civil rights complaint. Agents participating in TIFA have the responsibility to take reasonable steps to ensure meaningful access to the programs and activities by persons with limited English proficiency, LEP. Volunteers may be used as interpreters and must maintain participant confidentiality. Children should not be used as interpreters. Service must be provided, but there is some flexibility on method to use. Factors to consider when addressing limited English proficiency, LEP, are the number or proportion of LEP persons served or encountered in the eligible population, the frequency in which LEP individuals come in contact with the program, the nature and importance of the program, activity, or service provided by the program, resources available to the recipient, and the cost. If an agency needs a language translator other than the other ones provided by the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, please contact our office for assistance. The American with Disabilities Act, the Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, and 7 CFR Part 15B prohibit discrimination on the basis of disability in all services, programs, and activities provided to the public by the state and local services. Reasonable accommodations that do not cause undue hardship must be provided. A person with disability is defined as a person who has a physical or mental impairment which substantially limits one or more major life activities, has a record of such an impairment, or is regarded as having such an impairment. Major life activity means functions such as caring for oneself, performing manual tasks, walking, seeing, hearing, speaking, breathing, learning, and working. There is an obligation to ensure that members of the public are provided accommodations in order to access programs information, applications, and assistance. For example, braille, large print, and audio tape. Handicap accessible facilities should include the parking lot, entrances, exits, hallways, elevators, restrooms, and bright signage. Always have assistance available for people with disabilities. Provide alternative arrangements for service. Sign language interpreters may be needed, providing American Sign Language, ASL. Interpreters for persons with hearing disabilities may be necessary to be able to adequately communicate with these applicants and participants. Service animals must be allowed in facilities. Civil rights complaint can be verbal, written, or anonymous. Must be discrimination based on one or more of the 6 protected classes. Can be made to any volunteer or staff member at the sub-distributor or agency, the CDA, the Food Bank, the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, or the USDA. Agencies should have a specific complaint process and procedure. Make sure to recognize the difference between a program complaint and a civil rights complaint. A program complaint are not civil rights complaints, although equally important, and not based on one of the 6 protected classes. You should have a different complaint process for handling program complaints. Examples of program complaints, they're not on one of the 6 protected classes, the food safety and quality, or customer service, such as standing in long line to receive food. When processing a civil rights complaint, you should follow 4 steps. Step 1, refer the client to the USDA website. Supply the client with a copy of the USDA complaint form or your own version, or take down the complaint with as much information as possible. Step 2, you may file the complaint directly with the USDA as well the client. If not, the agency must send through their CDA to the Florida Department of Agriculture. Step 3, the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services will notify the USDA within 3 days of receiving the complaint. In step 4, the complaint is investigated and a resolution is determined by USDA. Handling a civil rights complaint requires a careful attention to detail. Listen to the person making the complaint. Practice good customer service. Write it down using an established form, and immediately move the complaint up to the person in charge. Equal opportunity for religious organizations. Equal opportunity for religious organizations ensures a level playing field for the participation of faith-based organizations and other community organizations in USDA programs. It allows a religious organization that participates in USDA programs to retain its independence and continue to carry its mission. Must be conducted independently of the TFAP distribution. Faith-based organizations can use space in their facilities to provide USDA-funded services without removing religious art, icons, scriptures, or other religious symbols. Faith-based organizations retain religious terms in organization's name. Faith-based organizations may not discriminate against a program beneficiary on the basis of religions or religion's belief. They may not require joining in religious organizations or group, or attending or participating in a religious practice or service as a condition of receiving TFAP commodities. Organizations may not engage in any inherently religious activities such as worship, religious instruction, or proselytizing as part of the distribution of TFAP food. Religious activities must be offered separately, in time or location, from the distribution of TFAP commodities. New regulations mandate posting effective notice of rights at the distribution site next to the Unjustice for All poster. This is the reading notice of beneficiary rights. You can find it at the TFAP training manual that will provide you on your initial training. These shall be posted right next to the Injustice for All poster. What is required from your part is on the top part to put the name of the organization as well as the contact information of the person in charge of the program. Be mindful as to not to post your personal phones on that list. At the bottom part of the form, you can write down the function information so they can contact us in order to serve the community faster and better. Compliance reviews. Compliance reviews examine activities to determine civil rights compliance. We will go over the three types: the pre-award compliance review, the routines compliance review, and the special compliance review. Pre-award compliance reviews for local distributing agencies and conducted by their contracted distributing agencies. Ensures the agency is ready to comply with civil rights regulations before distributing food. The form can be found in our website. And in order to gather the statistical information, you can go to www.census.gov. The routine compliance reviews are scheduled. They're part of the regular program review we do every year. It looks for non-discrimination statements on printed materials, injustice for all posters, reasonable accommodations for people with disabilities, etc. The special compliance reviews, they're designed to follow up on previous findings on non-compliance, to investigate reports on non-compliance by other agencies, media, or grassroots organizations. May be specific to an incident or policy. It might relate to history, statistical underrepresentation of a particular group. It will show patterns of complaints or discrimination, maybe scheduled or unscheduled. A non-compliance is an actual finding that any civil rights requirement, as provided by law, regulation, policy, instruction, or guidelines, is not being adhered by the state agency, local agency, or subrecipient. To achieve voluntary compliance, the state agency must provide immediate written notice to the non-compliant agency indicating patterns of non-compliance and the actions required to correct the situation. State agency will collaborate with the local agency to achieve compliance. Customer service. Make sure the clients receive equal treatment and service. Equal does not mean identical. For example, one participant can receive corn while another receives green beans. Make people feel welcome. Treat everyone with dignity and respect, and make people feel welcome. Be patient and polite. Communicate. It is important to communicate the client's rights as well as the process for keeping up food or receive meals. Respond to any question in a non-threatening manner. No special favors. Do not do special favors for anyone that are not prepared to provide for everyone. Disabilities and language needs are not considered special favors since they are required. Conflict resolution. Have a written and posted policy for dealing with unacceptable behavior and conflicts. When the situation arises, trying to remain calm. Do not interrupt the client. Give them the full opportunity to explain the situation. Listen to concern and questions. Be empathetic and understanding. Do not be judgmental. Identify the problem and determine possible solutions. Personally follow up with the client to make sure that the issue gets resolved. If the client becomes threatening, violent, or makes you feel uncomfortable, get help immediately.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you. I know the PowerPoint is repetitive, and we have seen it many times. But many of you that you've been with us for so long, you know that once a year we got to go through these PowerPoint. Now, this is the rules. I'm gonna explain a couple of things, the changes in the program, what's coming, what not, and then I'm gonna open for questions. Raise your hand to ask me a question, and then what I'll do is I will open your microphone so you can ask me your question. And so we don't mix all the microphones all together, because otherwise it's gonna be a nightmare. So the news is there's a new program coming in with the coronavirus funding that the government passed in December. We don't have yet, they haven't opened the ordering book. As soon as they open, I will be able to place the orders and see what is available for me to order. I've been extended the amount of money for food that I can order, and I'll keep ordering food. So food is not an issue at hand. Please keep doing, if you're doing your distributions under the COVID guidance, please keep doing so. My concern is your safety first. And I understand that you're trying to help as many people as you can, but we need to understand that we need to protect ourselves. If we're sick, we cannot help the people. So we have to protect ourselves first, and our families. And the bad news is audit year. So guess what? The Department of Agriculture is coming again to do the biannual audit. Time really flew already. I thought that it was last year, but it was 2 years ago that they came and do the audit. The good thing is last audit, it was extremely fine. I think it's the only issue that they found. It was with agencies changing their hours of operations and not letting us know. I need to remember that on the inventory sheet, we included in the bottom to let us know if you're changing your hours of operations or you're gonna be closed, because we need to report that information to the Department of Agriculture. They're expecting that information, and what we don't want is what happened in the last audit, that a couple of agencies, they went to do the audit, and the agency was closed because they didn't let us know that they changed their hours of operation. So please, if you have made a change on your hours of operations, or you're gonna be closed that month because you're doing renovations or because you're going on vacation, by all means, send us the paper so we can tell the Department of Agriculture, hey, this agency is gonna be closed, or this agency is gonna be out of town, or they change the hours from Monday to Wednesday, so they can go and do the audit. Because the audit now, as many of you that went through the last one, is done at the time that you're doing your distributions. They basically want to see how you distribute your food and what system you use. And sometimes they want to interview some of the volunteers to make sure that they took the civil rights training class, or speaks to the recipients to see how the service is provided, and so forth. So one of the things that they tell us is they need to do the inspections when they're doing regular distributions. Another, so on the audit preparation, record keeping, make sure that you got all your records right. At this point in time, everybody should have the latest version of the contract, which is the one that has no expiration date. There was no change to the regulations, therefore it's still the same contract. If you need a copy of a paper because you don't have it, by all means, send me an email or send an email to Rosemary so she can provide you with a copy. Now, having said that, please don't send her a request that you're missing 3 months paperwork or 4 months paperwork. For them also, it's food safety. Please keep monitoring the temperatures on the food. Make sure that your shelves When you put your food, you got the labels either when you receive it or the best by date. Or if not, remember what I told you, you get the last receipt that you got from us, you make a copy and you put it on the shelving so you know when you receive your last load. Food safety, remember food has to be off the ground. It cannot be touching the ground. It doesn't matter whether it's water or whether it's wrapped in plastic. It cannot be touching the ground. Food ordering, many of these agencies this month start to get some frozen turkey. I think we now switched to frozen fish. The turkey was the one that we were supposed to get in November, and for some reason they got delayed. Well, we're receiving now, better late than never. We're gonna get more milk, regular milk, gallon milk, so be prepared because I think I ordered trucks. Geez, we started now. I think we started in first week of March. We started milk, and I think we don't stop until June. That's how much milk we order, and so we're gonna be getting the gallon. I order whole milk. I don't know. I didn't order 1% or skim. It's too much of a hassle. Whole milk is only one item, and that's it. Gallon, because it's easier to manipulate than it is the half-gallon portion. I got some more cheese that I was ordered, and well, orange juice and grapefruit juice because they were ordered because they were bonus. And you guys know me how it is with bonus. I don't care what it is, bring it on because it saves me money to order other foods. For those of you that they have been with us for quite some time, I really got to tell them cranberry is coming back. We got cranberry juice and dry cranberries. So many of those who remember that year and a half that we were overloaded with cranberries, apparently they had overproduction again, and we're the lucky winners of the cranberry load of the year. Besides that, there's a lot of, I ordered last week, I ordered walnuts, I ordered hazelnuts, pecans, and a different variety of dry nuts that they're sending to us. So you will be getting those too. Rice, there's an issue, even though I ordered the rice, but for some reason there's an issue with production. It's not coming as often as they should send it. They cancel a lot of trucks. They cancel at least of all the orders that I put, they canceled like 20 something trucks because they got an issues with either pricing or the suppliers didn't agree to the price the USDA was trying to pay for. So one of those big things was carrots. I think I ordered like 6 trucks of carrots, canned carrots, and they canceled them all. They canceled me yesterday a couple trucks of figs, but so we'll see when they replace. There's another the other program that came in with the new funding. We're trying, like I said, I'm trying to maximize the amount of food that I order so we got quantity. It's not a matter of a quality, and like I say before, if I had to be given a choice to order a truck of peanut butter that costs $46,000 and order a truck of rice that costs 13, by all means, I'm gonna order 3 trucks of rice and it still got some money in my pocket. So bear in mind, I'm trying to maximize the dollars that we have to get more food for you guys. I know that you guys have an increase on the amount of people. We're trying to address that. And again, guys, if you want to ask for an increase, please do so in writing. I need to have those in writing because when the auditors come in, I want to be able to explain, look, these people, they were serving 300 people, now they're serving 500 people. So they made a request and we approved their requests. So by all means, any request has to be done in writing. Remember what I said before, if it's not in writing, it never happened, okay? Even though I got a good memory, but I will tell you flat on your face, I don't remember. Volunteers, make sure that your volunteers on your manual, you're supposed to have, there's a 2 pages pamphlet for the volunteers to read regarding civil rights, and there's a signing log. Make sure that every new volunteer sign that log. So when they ask you to provide, if your volunteers had that training, you can provide in that paper. Reminder, if you haven't submitted your application for 2020, 2021, please do so because it's one of the papers that Department of Agriculture look at my files. When they pull your file, the first thing they look is for the contract. The second, if you got the current application. Let me see. Audit during distributions, record keeping, full monitoring, full ordering. I know, guys, that right now many of you are doing your drive-through distribution. And remember the papers that we provide you with the questions that they need to ask. I hope they still got many of these that you've been using this, okay, to do your drive-through distributions, so you can capture the information and you send the declarations. To be honest with you, I don't know when we're going to go back to business as usual. The moment that I get the instructions, we're going to have to revert to people signing the signing log. I will check if the Department of Agriculture, because we're only in February, but they might remember they changed in July. So I don't know if when they're going to send me the new chart. As soon as they send the new chart, I'll make the changes and I'll post it on the website for you guys to print. I'm trying to put as many information in terms of forms and paperwork on the website so you can go anytime you want and retrieve them so you don't run out of papers for you to provide with your customers. Make sure that when you submit your paperwork, you submit your inventory, your signed declaration, the copy of the papers of the distributions, and a copy of the pest control. Now, again, I know, guys, I say it every time. Please don't use your next door neighbor who happens to have a sprayer and some pesticide. Okay, if you're gonna use a pest control company, it has to be certified. The reason why is because if there is a poisoning, we can contact the company to know what type of pesticide they use when they treat your location. Okay, that's why it's so important that the person has to be certified. They cannot go to Publix and grab a Raid or Baygon or whatever pesticide they found available. It doesn't work like that, and you run the risk that you're exposing your clients to poisons. Besides, they can sue you to the bank, and you're gonna have to work for them for the rest of your life. So please exercise a little bit of caution. Get the company they can vouch and they will be responsible if something goes wrong. So let me see. What I'm gonna do is I'll see if somebody has a question for me. Let me hold on. Okay. Okay. Emory, you got a question?
Yes, you mentioned frozen fish and milk. Is that available now?
Milk and March fish available now.
Okay, I have one other question. The login for the volunteers to sign. Okay, what is it they have to read? Is it the same form that it's always been, or is it a different one?
No, what we did is we put a booklet. We provide a booklet to the in the manual with with 2 pages. If you don't have it, let me know, and I will send a copy to you. It is 2 pages with the basically linings of the civil rights, and the 3rd page is the log where the volunteers will sign that they took the training.
Okay, you can't get that off the website?
Let me look. If not, I will post it. I will post it shortly.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Clara.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Clara can.
You already answered my question. I was asking the same thing for the paperwork. So if you're gonna put it in the website, I can get it from there.
Yes, yes. I will
Okay,
try to post as many. It came in with the manual. I know that you got the 2018 version. If you go check on the 2018, it should be right before the slides of the PowerPoint. Remember on the
okay,
bottom, on the last part of the manual, I always put the slides of the PowerPoint.
yes.
Before that, I posted the paper. If you cannot find it, what I'll do is I'll download it shortly on the web page.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, so that is the signs for the drive-through website. They're on the website. When you go to our documents and on everything, remember you go to programs and then you go to become an agency. Then on the selection, you go to the South Florida and then you click download documents. There's a folder that it says COVID-19 or CV-19. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can do it through here so you can. Let me see. See. Okay. You go to programs and services. Then you go to become an agency. You go to say South Florida. You see it says COVID-19 forms. When you click over there, You got all the information on COVID-19. Okay? You got the declarations, the sign in Spanish, the sign in English, and you got the videos in English and Spanish. So, okay, let's see. Emery, you got another question? Let's see. No. Let me see. Emery, let me open your audio again. You had another question, Emery?
You already answered my questions. Thank you.
You're welcome. And let me see. I got here my Vanessa, you have a question? Vanessa, don't answer. Any other questions that you got for me? How many signs to be posted on the drive-through? If you can do it one in English, like I say, it depends on your availability of people to do the distribution. You should go first with the English. But if you're in an area where your main population is Spanish, by all means use the Spanish ones. You know your population, uh, and that will give you the option to handle better what type of clientele you have working with you. Um, let's see, I got another question here. Is necessary mandatory? No, you don't have to place the disability logo on the distribution. Now you need to make sure your agencies, example, agencies, if you in your location, your parking lot is ADA accessible, or if you got a restroom that is ADA accessible, that's fine. On a drive-through distribution, there's no regulation. People that they own vehicles already. So that's what you need to be mindful of. Now, you're doing a drive-through. No, you don't need to put a disability sign. The disability sign goes more than if you're doing on your building, and you want to make sure that the people get it accessible. Remember when they did the PowerPoint and everything, they didn't have um, the COVID-19. COVID-19 changed the complete dynamic of the distribution of food. Because remember, before they used to go to your location to pick up food. Now you bring in me food. You bring in the food to them. So But the idea is if you're gonna do it on site and the people are gonna be walking, yes, you need to put it. Then they need to put the sign. Now, if you're doing a drive-through, no. Okay. Now, remember, they had to be. They had to be reasonable efforts. Okay. I don't want you, or we don't want you to change anything that you do differently, but that you need to make reasonable efforts to accommodate these people. If you got a disabled parking lot, that's fine. If you cannot provide one, or you cannot provide restroom or the service for those people, maybe what you need to do is get a volunteer that it will serve that person, and they will take the food to that person, so that person can be served immediately, so they don't have to wait on um, the distribution. That's your main goal, serving as soon as I can. You don't have to go beyond reasonable. Remember, reasonable effort. I got another questions. Are we getting chicken soon? Yes, you will. Yeah, we're getting chicken, but remember, I got to follow first in, first out. So the turkey came first, the fish came after, and then the chicken came after that. So once we move that, then I'm gonna move on to up to the chicken. It's not that I don't want to give you guys chicken, it's I gotta follow first in, first out. Because otherwise the Department of Agriculture, they will chew me alive because I'm not following FIFO. And that's why we had to put the labels on every pallet, when it was received, when is the best by date. The same information that you guys has to put on your reports, I had to do on my reports because I had no choice. I'm the first one who has to follow the rules. So I had to get the order first and then the newer. So right now, in order of precedence, the chicken is last. You got turkey, you got fish, then back to turkey, and then chicken. Okay? But like I say, and again, remember, guys, if I got chicken for everybody, I'm the first one who will give you chicken. I'm gonna give you so much chicken that you're gonna ask me why, stop, because you're gonna grow feathers. But if I don't have enough for everybody, I'm trying to provide as much food as I can with what they send me. For me, is the sooner I can get it through that door to you guys, the better, because that means that you're gonna be able to put it on the people's hands faster. What is the question regarding COVID that you somebody's asking COVID related? If I can answer, if I got the answer, believe me, by all means, I'll be more than happy to give you that answer. And I'm sorry, it's not that I'm looking at my phone. I got some of the attendants, they're on their phones, so they don't have the ability to ask questions via the computer. So I'm looking at the phone, so they text me the questions. Okay, so I'm not trying to be the millennial generation that I'm always on the phone and trying to answer all your questions. So some of them they coming through the phone. Let me see in the meantime if I got one more question. Oh, by the way, we're gonna get butter. I ordered 3 trucks of butter. I ordered almonds, orange juice and grape juice. So I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to get you as much food as I can. Now, I ordered a lot of dry beans too because they were bonus. And so because they were bonus, I took them. And it will help you and it will help the other people to at least you're gonna be able to feed the families with all the food that we give them. I will keep you posted. There is some of you that I already contact. There's a new Florida Department of Agriculture launch a new contract bid for the entire state. So we're in the process of submitting the papers for the new contract. So I will keep you posted to see in terms of how much food we're gonna be able with this with the program. So I will keep you posted. I don't know if many of you they still don't have the WhatsApp group. If you don't have, please send me a text message with your name so I can include you on the WhatsApp page, and that way I can keep you on the communications list. Okay, some of them I saw that they drop. I don't know if they changed their phone. I don't know what happened, but some of them left the group. My recommendation, if you can join back, because I post information over there. Now, when you post information, be careful because some of them sometimes forget and then they start sending me the pictures of the family trip. And remember, this is a public group, so we ended up watching other pictures of the family vacation. Luckily for us, they were all PG. So, any other question? Going once. Nikki, I will include you on WhatsApp. No other questions? Okay, people, I really appreciate it. I know I made it short this time. Okay, I will see if I can post this on the webpage. I appreciate your patience. Again, it's a learning process with this program, and I'm gonna tweak it again to see if I can play the PowerPoint straight on the computer without having to leave the microphone open. So good thing I didn't start to speak like a sailor on the microphone. Okay, so I appreciate you participating on the training. Thank you again for the good job that you're doing with all the effort that you put in on feeding people in this situation. And please, if you got any question, email me, text me, or call me. If I don't answer, please leave me a voicemail. Because if you don't leave a voicemail, I will treat you as a collector, and usually I don't respond to collectors. So be careful, be mindful of your safety and the safety of the ones that they're working with you. And any news, please let us know. Thank you, and have a wonderful Friday. Mm-hmm.